Alright, hello everyone. Today we're going to be doing a video on this right here, which is an Overwatch screenshot right here. But this is to do with a new feature in Overwatch, which are perks, which we actually got access to in Season 20, I believe, in Apex Legends. So, in last year, I'm pretty sure Overwatch obviously just copied and pasted what Apex had, as it is pretty much the same system, where you get to like a specific level 2, and then you unlock a perk between two different perks, and then you get to level 3 and then unlock a perk from a choice of two perks again at level 3, and then there you go, you're fully at max level. So it's just like Apex. And this is just an additional thing to do whilst you are playing the game. Now, the thing that I really like is that the perks are actually labelled minor and major perks. And if you know about me, honestly, I love when things are categorized really nicely and you can understand it very well. With Apex, I believe it's just whatever perk they want to put in whatever slot. It doesn't actually have any correlation or whatever. And with that system, it makes it so you kind of have to choose a set loadout every single time. There's never really like a customizable thing. Now, don't get us wrong, Apex does have some abilities that really fundamentally change the way that ability works. They have the cooldown timer restrictions and whatnot, and reductions, and things like that. You can get additional ability, whatever, right? But with this, there's actually a set loadout. So minor perks, basically most of the time, are just minor ability, like statistic changes and cooldowns. That's what minor abilities are. And so you basically get to level 2 and you're like, okay, well, I can slightly change my ability here, and it could give us a little bit of a benefit, but it's not really noticeable. Then when you get a major, you have full-on ability customization. So for this example, the minor ones are core max damage radius increase to 50%, and also eject grants 75 temporary overhealth, which is two different perks, which obviously the health in Overwatch is different to Apex. Like 75 health is not really like too much. But them two perks right there, remember this is a tank character as well, so they have a lot more health. It won't really do too much, but you can choose. You know, that's the options. You can choose which one will impact your game more. And then when you get to the major one, the major selection, you obviously choose from convert 150 health to shields. Defense Matrix restores shields based on 25% of its damage absorbed. So that literally is completely changing your entire kit right there. Same with the other major perk as well. Micro missiles are swapped with heavy rockets, which fire fewer projectiles with increased damage and explosion size. So it completely changes that ability right there. So that is the really cool thing about this new perk system for Overwatch, is you are changing abilities. We don't have that in Apex. Like, we really just have like get an additional cooldown, get a cooldown reduction or whatever. There's very few characters like Ballistic I can name off the top of my head that has a unique feature where you get the sling weapon upgrade over time. You can choose that perk to upgrade with the Evo Shield, and that's something that he doesn't normally have. But it's only for like select characters that like have like very underwhelming kits. So it would be nice to have a system like this in Apex, similar to Overwatch, where we actually start out, yeah, with a minor ability, like just a simple cooldown reduction or just minor changes to percentages or cooldowns or whatever. And then you move to the major ones later on when you get level 3 and you actually have a meaningful upgrade or change to your abilities through them two perks. It would be really cool to see. Now, it's not just like this system that I want to obviously talk about as well. There's a lot of things in Overwatch that I really do like the support, tank, and damage categories or classes. They are very much situated in Overwatch. If you're playing a tank, you know what role you have to do. If you play a support, you know what role you have to do. If you play a damage character, you know what role you have to do. And so to see that, and then we move over to Apex, and we have characters like Ashe that has a portal that can go across the fucking map, and she's an assault character. It doesn't make sense. And so I really think I think Apex was going in the right direction when I think ever since they added the controller perk and the recon perk in that one season. I can't remember which season it was, but when they added them two perks, that was like the closest I felt to having a balanced class system. Ever since when they started adding all these support perks and whatnot, it just kind of and the assault perks, then given the support characters movement abilities, given the fucking assault characters movement abilities, it just completely shattered the class system. And now every class is trying to be a skirmisher character, which is just stupid because the skirmisher characters don't even have any perks. So what's the point in playing them? It's just stupid. In my opinion, I think at this point, if they do want to make every single character have movement abilities, then they can just simply remove the skirmisher class and try to embed all the skirmisher characters into the other classes. Like Alta would probably go in the support class. Wraith would probably go in the recon or something, or like Pathfinder will probably go the recon. Valkyrie as well will probably go the recon. Actually, I think she already is. Never mind. I haven't played the game that much. And then probably Horizon will go the assault. So it's like all of them will probably fit in the other classes because at this point the class boundaries are so like small. They're so small between the classes that it just makes it so easy to just swap one of them into the other classes. And so in a way, we actually are kind of going back to original Apex classes where Skirmisher wasn't a class. We had obviously the Assault class, the Recon, the Support, and the Defense classes. Them four. And so it kind of could be going back to then. Because the Skirmisher class is just pointless at this point because they're just giving everyone movement. It doesn't make sense anymore. And I've tried to make my own concepts for Ashe and who else? I think it was mainly just Ashe that I was really having a concern about. Vantage as well by lowering her movement capabilities and stuff like that. Like a lot of different characters, so they kind of just balance them out and make it so they still have the movement, but it's not basically impeding on the actual skirmisher class. And yet here we are. Ashe has now 2 portals that go 100 meters, and she has a dash ability. It doesn't make sense. And so yeah, that's why I kind of want to talk about this as well, because, you know, Overwatch is doing it right, and I've made concepts in the past for how to do it right in Apex, and nothing has came through, which is really disappointing. But yeah, I mean, it looks really good, these ability screens, though. Like, if you look at this, it's like, wow, that's a lot of things to, like... There's just a lot to keep track of here on Overwatch. So I see that as a good thing because honestly it makes it so the gameplay is like you're constantly learning stuff. And it's not as if like if you don't know all this information you won't do well because you can easily just using 1 or 2 abilities and still do very well. It's a shooter at the end of the day. But I think Apex absolutely needs to take some notes from Overwatch, some notes from me as well. I've tried to help. I'm trying to make the game a little bit more of a class shooter. And it's hard because none of the concepts are coming through at the moment. But, and I think as well, it does need to be a class shooter. Some people say, well, it doesn't really matter because, like, you know, people like movement abilities, and I'm not disputing that. But when it comes to, say, if you are a Pathfinder main or a Wraith main or whatever, and you're seeing every single other class get attention, and then also the abilities that you have, plus their own class abilities, it's really annoying. It's really, really annoying. And I also don't like the motive of like focusing on a specific class every season. I liked when we just had full-on system overhauls, like the perk system. Every single character got a new upgrade. Whereas now it's like, oh, it's only like 5 characters do. And we don't even get a new character anymore. So I really hope Apex starts going in the right direction. And I just really want a new character. I want a new weapon as well, to be honest. Because at least with Overwatch, you get a weapon and a new character. bundled in one because the weapons in the game are from the characters. But yeah, I wanted to basically just make this video just to basically compare how Overwatch is doing. I know like not many people play Overwatch now, but in comparison to obviously Apex, but I do think that Overwatch is actually doing the whole system stuff way better, in my opinion. But I hope that Apex does go on the right track and tries to catch up a little bit. But yeah, we'll let you hear what you guys think about all this, and yeah, I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye for now.